I wanted to ask you about, like, there's so many different kinds of content you could have created when you first got into video. Like, what made you want to go into wedding photography and videography?
Yeah, I I think everyone says that they just like fell into it, and that seems like so cheesy, but I didn't like think that was where I was going to go. And I think when you're a kid or you're just younger and you come across a camera, you just jump to like, I want to make movies, or like I want to be a professional photographer or travel photographer or whatever it is. Like you just jump to whatever it is, and um, there's so many things in between. And weddings was in a lot of people's minds is like a step towards something like commercial work or movies or TV or whatever. Um, and so I had a camera that was in my family, and I grew up like just making dumb videos with my friends on the weekends, like just unscripted or like weird sketch comedy stuff that I just like ended up in the trash.
Mhm.
It was just fun. And like skateboarding, like I would have a camera on me all the time, like at the skate park, and would like edit together the skate videos with music and put them on YouTube and get 6 views. But like
That's awesome.
it was just the best. So
Yeah.
that's where like it first started for me, as being like, gosh, I just enjoy getting a story out, and whether people like it or not at the time, I just didn't care. I just wanted to like just make something and put it out there. But as I like just progressed through, it was mostly photography, and like film photography was like the hobby that turned into senior pictures in high school when I was a freshman. My sister was a senior, so I had a lot of senior friends. And so for those 4 years in high school, it was so many rounds of senior photos. Um, but it turned into like second shooting some weddings with photo, because that was just like the next easy step. Because at that point in like 2013, the wedding photography, like you could be, that was when like seniors in high school or like people in college were like wedding photographers or filmmakers. Like it was like becoming so much more of a younger
Mm.
generational thing that was like very accessible, with technology getting better and software getting better, and like social media being just on the cusp of, or just already exploding. So I had some friends that were in the game there, and went along second shooting for about a year or two for photos, and then realized that like wedding videography was a thing. Um, and I had kind of like gotten stale on the photo part of it all, just because this is just for me. This is not the industry itself, or like I can't speak for anyone else. And this was just my experience. But I just kind of fell into a place where like the photography part of weddings was like, I would just kind of go brain dead and just be copying, pasting, um, editing presets over the photos. Um, yeah, and I was just like, gosh, I just don't feel like I'm like making anything meaningful after the day of. I'm like just snapping all the photos. Every photo looks orange because that's my presets, and like every wedding looks the same. And um, so that was just my experience, and I was like, gosh, I just want to like tell the story and have it be unique to each couple. And these 400 photos don't do the day justice of like the energy that was there, and the dancing, and the special moments with her and her dad, or something that these 10 photos of that part didn't really tell or do justice. Um, got to get breath.
No, I know it's hard to go sometimes. It's like
Yeah.
hard to, yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I started doing photo and video, and it was kind of like just whatever I was hired for the day. I was what I was doing, and um, felt just so much more fulfilled by the videos I was doing. And um, it kind of got in at a point where there wasn't like wedding videography wasn't really like such a thing yet, and it still was like very much in its early stages compared to like photography. Um, both of them, even like they're so accessible now, and there's so much opportunity there for anyone looking to jump into the creative world. That's like such a great place to start and meet people. And but yeah, so that's like all I do now is wedding video. Because and I stopped there because the stories were so meaningful, and any video work I would go on to do past this, like for Kajabi, we'll go and film TV commercials, and worked on some cool stuff there, like around the country. And it's really fun, and you're meeting a lot of cool people in the industry. And it's so cool to like celebrate. Like it's so fulfilling to me there because it's the people that use our platform are creative people also. So I'm
Right.
like getting to go champion their stories and like I just have
Wow.
a connection with them. So it's for me, it's a very meaningful story to tell. But um, if you're going and filming commercials or ads or whatever, and it's like that's the kind of thing that people just want to skip through. Like people don't want to watch the commercial or the ad. They're like waiting for the skip button to pass that part. And that's like 3 or 4 months of your work that is and potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars that are in the budget for that, and people just want to skip it because it's not what they're signing up to watch. Whereas a wedding piece of content, video or photo or whatever it is, like it's just like it's something that people have signed up to receive, but also like they understand like this is the most important thing they will ever have captured, and they're gonna watch it like hundreds of times over decades. So, and like just when you deliver it and you hear that first response, you know, the next day that they're in tears, or when they text you a year later, like, we just can't stop watching it still. And just want to let you know, like, this is the best thing we've ever received. Like, it's just such a different, meaningful story. And you're packaging up the legacy of this day and this couple and their families, and you're capturing like grandparents and dynamics that maybe won't be around in 10 years. And you're also like telling a story for when they have kids to like show them what they were like when they were 25. So there's just so much there and it's always unique. It's always different. But yeah, I've stopped there just because it's the other thing too with this versus doing like commercials or movies or TV is like, it's just me. And there's a lot of trust put in myself to just like run audio, run editing, run color, run video and everything. And so there's a lot of like responsibility in you, like your personal touch is just like your signature is on every single video. And so it's very fulfilling, and it's a time capsule of your own creative growth. Yeah, but I love it.